All right, everybody, and welcome to our first ever Mario Kart World Tournament. I'm here with Silver. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great. I'm excited. This is our first tournament with Mario Kart World, so it should be interesting. We are looking forward to seeing our 11 finalists compete in 12 races at the FWA Mario Kart Tournament. Give it up.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this goes. As you guys have joined us for the past couple of years, we have been running 8 Deluxe, but now with the release of the Switch 2 and Mario Kart World, it's going to be really interesting to see how some of our former participants and former champions who are here in this top 11 as well, see how they adapt to the game and to see how they do today.
It's fun to see some familiar players that have some experience in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because Mario Kart World is different. For those who don't know, there's wall riding, there's rail riding, there's 20 coins you can collect instead of 10. Crazy exciting stuff. So I'm super excited to see how they tackle the courses. If anyone goes for big flashy tricks and shortcuts and fun stuff like that. And I'm ready to go as soon as the players are ready to go.
Alrighty, we're going to be throwing it over to the players as we get into our first race here. Let's see. Looks like they are going to be picking random tracks here.
Perfect. So the players get to choose tracks of their choice. So it's up to them what they want to be playing. We are going to be spectating a single player for now, Nezarui, as we start with Boo Cinema.
Ooh, Boo Cinema is going to be a pretty interesting course, with it being a new addition to Mario Kart World.
Boo Cinema is aesthetically very, very fun, and when it comes to techniques, shortcuts, fancy stuff like that, this is actually much more of a straightforward course. It's a bunch of turns, you can find a nice racing line, but above all, this is a pretty straight shot for our racers to get their sea legs. Now there are some coins that you can collect along the way. In the first lap, it's advantageous to collect about 5 to 8 before better racing lanes, because that's when you get the most value out of the speed boost that coins apply. Collect up to 20, which will bring you to maximum speed. So the real way to play, aside from items, deciding do I collect racing better for the race, or do I collect more points for more speed? And of course, the item play is where it gets a lot more complicated.
Indeed, especially with the frequency of items too changing in Mario Kart World and the addition of new items, but still have staples like the shell, mushrooms that are going to like take shortcuts. And
just like that, with being a rail ride, that was good technique. That's not too easy to do. And something that you may remember from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 2 item spots that are back here in Mario Kart World. And the way that you manage your items and changes between item boxes is really important.
Yeah, especially with still having some double item boxes, knowing when to utilize your items and going into full defensive items where it's like, oh, do I need to use the mushroom now? Do I want to go into this defensive item? Do I want to try to get that item, find that defensive item, be able to get that better position within this race?
Exactly, and that depends on the other players in your room, because depending on how strategic they are with their timing on using different items, it changes the way that you might want to play defensively or aggressively. You might want to respect the player in front of you. You might want to be aggressive, depending on your placement.
Agreed, and as we see here, Nezarui is in 3rd place right now as he gets hit by that shell, unfortunately. Blue shell knocking out 1st place also, but we're going to see a star come through here as we progress in towards the end of this 3rd lap. Nezarui closing in on this other Bowser Jr. Both Bowser Jr.'s in 1st place right now, fighting for position.
Smuggling that star into a higher position is exciting stuff. That's what you want to be doing on lap 3. There are multiple strategies that you can enact in Mario Kart World. You can front run to the best of your ability as far as that takes you, or if you find yourself in the back, you can hold on to your items and try to use them at the most strategic time to see if they can carry you into 1st at the right time. Now, Boo Cinema doesn't have massive shortcuts, like I said earlier, no huge grass patches. It's not decided right at the end usually, so it's a good track to front run. So smuggling a star into that top spot was exciting.
Indeed, indeed. And as we see there, it does look like some of the players were able to put their names in as nicknames for this, so we'll be able to follow a couple of the players as we track their score. But it also looks like, ooh, Nezuri is going to be voting for DK Pass here. A couple good ones. I see Airship Fortress.
Some classics.
Oh, is that Comet Observatory from 3DS?
Based off of it, it is...
oh, no, that's a new track from this game.
Yeah, it is a brand new track, but it does have that Galaxy theme. It's got the Lumas on it. We're also going to be seeing a lot of lightweight characters hanging out and around because lightweights are actually pretty good right now. Lightweights can take sharper turns, which is huge in 3-lap type tracks. Now, if we were choosing route type tracks, and it seems the players have stuck to 3-lap courses right now, the lightweight characters can turn so much more sharply, and that can give you a better racing line and have a better job with some shortcuts as well. And speaking of that, this is one of my favorite courses in regards to how people play the ending of it at every lap. I am curious to see if people go for the exciting shortcut lines and a brutal star at a crucial moment. It's a good strategy to try and activate invincibility items or others of the sort right after item boxes so people can lose their items or over gaps. All right, we saw this player trying to get on the rail, which would have brought them up to one of those interesting paths I talked about earlier, and there's still plenty of chances that we can see different players go for different lines. I saw a blue shell up there. That usually means about a 30-second cooldown before another player can get another blue shell.
Yeah, especially with how impactful those blue shells can be to the race. Thankfully, they can't see another one without that timer. But we do see Nezuri coming up the back end here with the golden mushroom.
Another smuggle.
Another smuggle. As we do see, like you mentioned, a lot of these lightweight characters here. Like we saw the Bitty Bug earlier. There's a lot of Bowser Juniors, a Shy Guy.
Bumped off, unfortunately. So when two players try to take the same rail, priority may be given to someone that's not you.
Oh,
get bumped off the rail.
Defensive item there with the boo. That's a bit unfortunate.
Brutal. So the boo item will steal an item from one of the upper placements, which is why it's usually a better idea to keep an item that you are less enthused about in your first item slot, because that's the one that the boo can steal from, or have an item that boo can't steal at all, like a boomerang or Mega Mushroom.
Yeah, no, those type of items are pretty good. We do see, looks like that's incoming.
Another blue shell. That 30-second cooldown is long since over. We're going a safer path now because in second place with a blue shell, you don't want to shake things up too much. At 13 points, top speed's looking pretty good.
Nezuri
chaining the items.
A little bit of the ground here, getting a lot of coins here, increasing the top speed, but it might be a little too late unless he gets a snipe here.
A green shell snipe would be very exciting. And we see some cuts taken right at the end. And that's how you win when there's a cut right at the end. You try and smuggle a speed or an invincibility item right to that point so you can slip in last second. There are a few courses set up like that, and this is one of them. Causes a very exciting ending.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Nezuri was trying to get around that corner there, try to hop around the grass, but unfortunately the mushroom was going to give you just a little bit more leeway making that cut comparatively. So we will go into the third race here. That result string goes by really quickly.
Yeah, we have it set to keep it pushing, but it seems like we have lots of familiarity with the game already. You know, this game has been out for I think less than a year, and I think that we put this on as soon as possible. I thought it was summer of last year.
Yeah, no,
regardless,
June of 2025.
Not a ton of time to get familiar unless you're really grinding. So it's exciting to see people who have care for the new game. I've even heard that some players don't have this game at home.
Yeah, one of the finalists, or the winner from last year, actually doesn't even own the game.
One of the finalists, I think.
One of the finalists, yeah. And they're sitting here in top 11 right now, competing.
Transferable skills, I guess.
Yeah.
We're here at Desert Hills and talk about a place with lots of off-road. This is a fantastic bagging course. If you stay behind a little bit, get yourself a good item and use it at a crucial time. We'll see if any players enact that. It seems some people have already slowed down. Maybe they're hearing my voice and thinking it's a good idea.
Yeah, that is one of the things that's interesting about this game. There are so many ways to approach it, and like so many ways to be able to traverse the course, like you said earlier. And it's just really interesting to see the skill expression of those players and choosing and making that even the split decision sometimes to change your line overall. As you see, Mesri being able to take a cut here with the mushrooms.
Yeah, and we're seeing some huge ones. Now, in this game, there is drivable water. You drive on top of the water. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you would go underwater. That's one of the differences. But we saw that huge shortcut near the end of the lap. Can you imagine if that was a lap 3? That's the kind of thing that these players are looking for with so much off-road like this.
Indeed, being able to just cut down a lot of the time off of those laps, just being able to cut corners and just trying to get ahead, whatever little inch you can, just makes up so much of a difference in the grand scheme of things.
Definitely. Now, we're also seeing a lot of item chaining and that red shell, unfortunately. When you're caught in the middle of the pack, it's very tough to get out of the middle of the pack. It's usually better to be up front, you know, of course, if we can help it. It's very nice to be at the front of the race. Or in the back, where you're getting those better items, because the middle of the pack doesn't get amazing items, especially after some recent patches.
Yeah.
The back of the pack is where you can really get some good stuff.
Indeed, and then even sometimes too, and like that, like very
brutal.
unfortunate wall hit there from Mesri, but he makes it up with the golden mushroom, able to try to close some ground here, not able to get too far into position as the Koopa Troopa launches a bullet bill across the finish line.
Speaking of the bullet bill, I have some news about the bullet bill. A recent patch has made it so you can turn the bullet bill a little more sharply while you're in it.
Okay.
And it paths better in regards to shortcuts. So bullet bills have gotten buffed recently. So we might have seen that in effect right now.
Do you think we're going to see any good bullet extensions?
Oh, bullet extension zone is my favorite. So a bullet bill, when you activate it, cannot drop you off in this game at too sharp of a turn. So let's use Airship Fortress as an example. There's a big, long, winding left turn near the end of the track. So if you use your bullet bill and time it so it would have ended during that long, long spiral, it won't end until that spiral is over, making it a bullet extension zone. Now, very seasoned players will know where those are or be able to intuit where those are. But again, the game hasn't been out that long. There are still resources being made for the game for stuff exactly like that. Wario Stadium is exciting. There's some fun things that you can do on Wario Stadium, including a cut near the end that used to be just about impossible to replicate online until one of those recent patches that increased wall riding speed.
Yeah, no, Wario Stadium is definitely one of the, Wario Coliseum is one of those stages that's definitely very, like...
And this is a stadium. Now, Wario has a few stadiums and a Coliseum. Maybe he's like a landlord.
Oh, no, I saw Mesri hover Coliseum.
Nah, yeah, I get you. But using a coin block early in the race actually puts you in a fantastic position, because having more coins than your opponents early on can get you some top speed and hopefully break away.
Yeah, no,
we're seeing some people up on the, do you see up there on the top right? They were taking that shortcut I was just talking about. They made it up there, and that is, no joke, not easy. So big ups for hitting that during tournament play. And we also are seeing some lower tricks here, because if you take that big jump normally, then you get a lot more air time. And air time is not time that your tires are on the ground going faster. So it is usually better to try to get lower amounts of air time, if you can help it.
Indeed. Like, also, we see, just looking at the map right now, Toadette and, I forget the name of that ghost, but they have a very... Which one?
Peepa.
Peepa?
That's Peepa.
Yeah, they are front-running this race at a very long pace, and I don't know if the other racers will be able to catch up to them right now.
Yeah, definitely a breakaway, but again, there's lots of different cuts that you can do around this course. There's lots of dirt, so it's possible to make a comeback, but a breakaway that large, as we enter lap 3, I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to hold on to it, barring some exciting item play.
Yeah, indeed. Items can definitely make or break a lot of these players' tournament runs here as we get into these races in the long term. It's really just going to see how that item play evens out over the course of the game, because sometimes you can get really lucky, sometimes you just have to do with what you got and hope for the best.
Definitely. It is sometimes luck, but the way that you can weaponize luck in this game is one of my favorite parts about it, because if you're really good at racing, but you're not good at your item timing, then you might not be good at Mario Kart World. You really do need both to succeed. All right, we went for that cut just to see if we could make some more make up some time at the end. You know, in a low position, it's a good idea to go for stuff like that when you feel like you need to catch up. But we're seeing some speed items as well that can cut across and get a higher placement, but a lot of people save their items for the end as well. We do see the Peepa run away with it.
Yeah, no, they just had a monstrous lead there going into this course. They literally just ran away with that one.
Oh my gosh, that's Carr. I remember Carr.
Yeah, so Carr is currently in first place, or Olive is in first place, Carr's in second, Melody third, Pyron, Sneak Dog, and then Missouri in that top 6 right now, all within striking distance. Pretty much everybody's within striking distance right now, but within that top half, you're sitting pretty comfortably, having some pretty good average finishes over those past couple courses.
I saw that I'm a little nervous sign. Yeah, no one's completely run away with this yet. It is still anyone's game because we are doing 12 total races.
Indeed, and we are about, what is that, the 3rd or 4th race now? It's a little hard to keep track of. They go by so fast in this game.
All right, we got Toad's Factory, which if you look at the mini-map of Toad's Factory, it is essentially a rectangle. But the fun thing about Toad's Factory is everything else because it looks so fun. And they've added some nifty shortcuts at the end as you jump across steel bars that weren't there before. That can allow for, again, exciting endgame opportunities. But the rest of the track is somewhat straightforward.
Yeah, and then also, too, depending on how fast you time and get ahead of things, as you see these conveyor belts here, if you actually are fast enough, you can actually beat the cycle of the conveyor belts before they change over to potentially get some extra speed going across some of those turns towards the end of the track.
You know your stuff, Sundae. Did you play Wii like that?
Oh, everybody played Mario Kart Wii, but, you know, I played way too much Mario Kart Wii.
True, but these steel pipes here, we're seeing some players go for it. Exciting, dynamic stuff that makes Mario Kart World so much more of a, again, dynamic game. A playful, cartoonish, fun game that adds a lot more elements to the racing formula than before. And it's very exciting to see implemented in tournament play what's safe and what's not.
Indeed, and as we see here, Carr is running away with this one. Again, not as much as the last race. Everything is still within striking distance here between Melody and Missouri here, but we're seeing...
and here we're seeing that cycle change.
Yep. Here comes the cycle change.
Now it's advantageous to stay in the middle, or nearer to the middle.
Thankfully, they do have the indicator there, so you know when to switch over.
Some advice I will also give to all those Mario Kart World players out there is that blue shells and gold shells, the ones that's leaving points right now, perfect example, are packed toward the middle of the course. Oh, unfortunate timing.
Yeah,
but if you stay out of the middle, then there's less of a chance that they'll hit you. We see a Mega Mushroom Bowser. The Mega Mushroom, lots of buffs in this game. Speaking of an item that came from Wii, the Mega Mushroom is not only faster than a star in this game, but squishing is better than just bumping people. The only difference being a Mega Mushroom will stay in your item slot and a star will not, so it is easier to chain.
Indeed, like the Mega Mushroom coming back into this game has definitely been one of the more interesting developments, just seeing how people utilize it. And Melody coming in first, and we see Carr actually drop down a little bit into that race here. And Melody, I believe, takes the lead. No, Olive is still in the lead, but Melody coming up.
It's close.
Very
it's
close.
Exciting. As we look at people trade positions, there are some people that are very good at this game playing right now. Almost surprising, right? Almost like they're finalists in a tournament. We're seeing exciting stuff.
Yeah, that top half of that leaderboard, they're in constant contention with each other throughout these past few races. They've been fighting for that first place position constantly. And the items have been coming into play a lot within that end of a lot of these races, and it's given them a lot of position to get points that they need.
And it's exciting because these players are not only playing for glory, but also playing for a small prize. We're going to have a podium at the end. We're going to hand out a little bit of a reward, and then y'all are going to cheer for them, right?
Yeah.
Just like that. Good practice. Perfect.
All right, guys, as we're going in, we're almost halfway through race number 6, starting off here.
Sky High
Get us started.
Sundae got a big upgrade from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The wall riding and the rail riding feel like they should have been in this track the whole time.
100%. Like, this was already a fun like track aesthetically in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but having the extra added functionality of the
That's
railways
what you want to see.
and
There
the
are
wall
so
riding.
many different paths that you can take on Sky High Sundae, and that was one of the best ones. If you
Indeed.
hop on one of those rails and then trick off of it low,
Oh.
remember I said airtime isn't your best friend. Look at
Woo.
staying low like that. That's a cool maneuver. It's a fun one. It's not too hard. It feels amazing to pull off. That's part of what makes Sky High Sundae fun, because it's another end game trick.
Yeah, man, this track is just insanely cool. So many options that they have, especially with like the ice cream sandwich walls on the side.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many opportunities to maneuver depending on your position that you want to get here.
So when you see someone charge a jump while going straight, it is, get this, called a charge jump. And that is what allows people to get on these rails in the first place.
Oh,
good
very
super horn time.
Great super horn. Unfortunate for Dor and Nasuri here.
And we're seeing that bullet bill come into play at the end of lap 2. 2 of them. What? Some people were holding on to them for a second.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nazarui dropping back down to 11th place, but trying to climb back up into this top half to get more points here.
And some speed items are best utilized probably about right here. This is not that much of a bagging track. You can really run away with this one if you're up on these shortcuts.
Oh, missed the double. Got denied by Pyron there. But we are cutting in close to the end of this race, the last final stretch. Will we see anybody take that wall ride shortcut down on the left-hand side? It looks like, yep, two
Oh,
of them.
some people did, but
Getting up in front.
I don't blame people for keeping it safe as well. It's the
And
last lap.
Bar
You don't
with
wanna
the
have a big mess
FIFA
up.
once again coming in first place here. Dude, that race was so close. Everybody was so bundled up there.
Something about this track feels so exciting. Yep, we see it. The first place victory go to Car again, but that is not enough to put them in first overall.
But Spill Dino with a great second place there, bringing them up back into
Big
that
points.
30 points. That gives them within striking distance if they can.
I'd say.
Yeah, I think anywhere between like probably 30 and 40 points is within striking distance right now, depending on your placements of the next few races.
Hey, anything can happen. They call it getting Mario Karted for a reason. It has a reputation.
Indeed.
We'll see which course that we get on next.
Starview P.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, great stage. Definitely one of my new favorite additions to this game for sure.
And that's another pretty straightforward one. There have only been some shortcuts discovered on it relatively recently that are possible, I believe due to recent patches. Maybe it's been there all along and was only just discovered. Regardless, we're headed to Dandelion Depths, and this is a very dynamic course. There's lots of height difference in this track where you'll be high up and then you'll be low, you'll be in the cave with the water, and then you'll be above it taking sharp turns. This is going to be a lot about who has good racing lines and the speed from the get-go.
All right, here we go. Going into the 7th race here in our top 11. Let's see what these players can do to be able to try to get back into where they need to be, either in placement or points or positioning.
Oh, we got a
to
head
get
bounce there. That's pretty fun. That's a little harder to do now, again, due to a recent patch. Head bounces are a little tougher to do. A lot of the time, they're kind of a nuisance, though, because they keep you kind of floating around in the air instead of landing on the ground, you know, taking turns like you want to be doing as a racer.
Yeah, no, head bounce can
That
definitely be
middle
detrimental depending on the position of the map that you are at as well. Or if there's an item in your way afterwards, it gives you less maneuverability to be able to like avoid items. So a well-placed banana or landing on a shell can definitely be devastating.
Definitely. And here is that ending shortcut. This is as exciting as it gets on Dandelion Depths. You want to have a speed item by the time you hit that on the 3rd lap, just so you can protect your position.
Yeah, getting that extra cut there at the end really just helps solidify your placement on this track, which gives you a bit more opportunity, but a big
and
Mega Mushroom there.
That was probably either a very successful Mega Mushroom or smuggled into a top spot for lap 3. That's the kind of item play that makes it exciting.
There's so many shells.
Oh yeah, we're
We see
seeing
3
the
players
aggressive
got the
ones
double
come
box there too.
Yeah, they have a pretty short respawn time, I would say, if that's what you want to call it. When someone takes an item box, it's not too long before it shows up again and someone else can grab it as well, but you got to intuit when that's going to happen. Now, a banana and a mushroom in 4th place is definitely disappointing, but a mushroom is still a mushroom, and there's still a shortcut at the end, which means we can lock down that position.
All right, going into the final lap here, they Desiree definitely not in a bad position, but needs to watch out for the items behind them right now. Bullet Bill getting the Koopa a very good position here going into this last lap. And it looks like Koopa car still in place right now.
Ricochet green shell, one of the banes of playing Mario Kart. You can look behind you, and if you can do the mental calculus really fast, you can get some crazy snipes going on.
Indeed.
But
we have 4 mushrooms on deck here as well. Being able to get back into a good position here.
Choosing to hold on to the mushroom.
This is the double box though. As we
Lock
see the bullet.
When you get hit by a bullet bill, you do lose the drift that you're holding. That can really throw you off.
Oh, big
and
shock there.
A well-timed shock for whoever held on to that or whoever just got it. Doing that right before the finish, right after the last item set, might have guaranteed someone a better spot. A draft won't increase the position there. But
it does look like Cars still won that race. It looks like Melody dropped from 2nd down to 5th there after that shock. Very unfortunate.
It happens. It's Mario Kart. You can end up in all sorts of placements if you are at the wrong place at the wrong time. Not to mention, because it's a tournament, there could also be some targeting going on if people wanted to, and make sure that a top spot doesn't get a top spot again. That's completely possible.
Yeah, and it does look too like there's only 4 points separating 1st place and 3rd place right now.
Wow.
So it's as close as you can get.
Yeah, that's exciting. Hey, running a tournament, that's just what you want to see.
Definitely want to see close competitive play across all of our players to be able to get the chance to anybody potentially winning. Just shows also how skilled these players are within the group that we have here in this finals.
All right, let's see what our roulette selects. We are getting
Moo Moo Meadows.
Talk about a track with lots of off-road. This is where a mushroom is your best friend.
It
There's
is.
so much grass that you can take at any point in the track. It is, this is a route type course going to Moo Moo Meadows. So we're going to see a route type course. Someone selected a route type course, which means that a high speed stat is going to be advantageous, as well as holding good items for that last lap, because that last lap is going to be the only one with all of that grass. So you're going to want to have mushrooms, stars, mega mushrooms, bullet bills even, the exciting stuff by the time that you're getting to that last lap, because you can cut it pretty tight.
Yeah, I think the only thing that really happened here, unfortunately, is that all it did is make it a service to the fans who wanted to see more cow. I know y'all want to see cow, right? Yeah, they wanted to see cow. So unfortunately, we won't see much of cow, but we will see cow on that 3rd lap. Unfortunately, nobody playing cow into this race.
I remember what I was doing when cow was announced. I remember that day.
Everybody remember. It was almost the same position everybody was when Smash Ultimate got announced. Everybody knows where they were. It was a core memory for everybody.
Yeah. There is also, because this is a route type course, dash food on these tracks, which means if a player picks up the dash food and eats it, they'll get a speed boost depending on how large the food is, and may even change costumes.
Yeah, no, that costume is a thing. Let's see here. Getting that speed boost is always nice, though, going into this 3rd lap as we see Toadette get it. Was it Toadette or Bowser Jr.? I don't know.
Hard to tell online, right? So Mario Kart World, even on LAN, does a lot of estimation as to where players are, and that's not unique to World. That's something that Mario Kart does pretty consistently. We're seeing the bullet bills come out now. They know it's the last lap. They want to be in a better spot, but smuggling a Mega Mushroom and a Super Horn is a very powerful combo, neither of which can be stolen by a Boo if you end up in 1st place. And running over a cow.
How dare you do that? Running over cow like that?
Justice for cow.
Justice for cow.
All right, getting a Super Horn into 4th place. We're seeing a shortcut get taken on the left, using the Super Horn to get rid of the red shell, getting a double box, and some speed items at the end. That's exactly what you want to see on a course like this. Taking it really tight and making it all the way to 2nd place. That's how you play a route-type track.
Very close game. Nezuri being able to bring it back into 2nd place there, which is going to be a chock full of points here See how many points separate them right now. Looks like 50 points for Nezuri, 73. I can't see second, unfortunately. 64 now for third place.
Congratulations to Sneak Dog for the win on that one. Parabitty Bud, super cute. Love to see it. A little nervous, though. All right, 10 more seconds until the next race, but that was a perfect example of the kind of strategy that you want to implement on the route-type tracks. You saw how it happened. Everyone can't really control their position when they're going in a relatively straight line. They try to keep it interesting, but, you know, you have to get from point A to point B. So by the time you're at point B, you better have everything that you need to make that lap really count.
Yeah, for sure. Like, those tracks are just going to be so much more interesting in the case of, like, the game plan selected for that. Like, because your game plan has to change on the fly in each section of that. Because you basically need to prepare, as we saw Nezuri do, they prepared, kept the power items going into that last lap, and be able to get ahead, get more items, and then get ahead there into that second place. So,
absolutely,
really
and we could
the
see even similar strategy here on DK Pass, because even though this is a 3-lap course, it's a 3-lap course with a lot of funky and fun stuff that you can do. You can bounce off that sign that we're looking at right now, that pole that we just passed on the right, if you use a charge jump at it, or you can use a more recent discovery, which is wall riding right about here. That looked pretty good, but we held onto the wall a little too long. It happens. Wall riding is tough. By the time that you jump onto a wall, your angle is decided. So you cannot turn on the wall unless you were to trick off of it. But look at all this snow. Easy to come back with a few speed items. Now, jumping off the center of that last jump is a little disadvantageous because it is more airtime. You can grab the speed boost on the ground from that ramp and then veer a little off to the side, usually to the right, because that's where the next turn is going, and save yourself some airtime but still get that speed boost. Going into this next corner, we have even more speed items, and we're seeing people all over the walls. We're seeing bullet bills come out, and there's a shortcut too. Wall riding into that snow is a great way to do it, and even these trees to the left are trickable. If you bounce off of a tree onto another tree, you can make it nearly entirely hugging the wall.
Yeah, and
that's the tech I was just talking about, was grabbing that speed boost and going off to the side a bit.
That's a pretty good important speed boost there to be able to go into this final lap in a pretty solid position. The boomerang making them fall back a little bit. Another boomerang.
Yeah, even though the boomerang has been nerfed recently, it's 3 throws instead of 4. It is still, say it with me, annoying. So by the time that people throw it the third time, it'll go much farther. Kamek will also disrupt your drift if you get hit by it, and it'll turn you into another Mario enemy or an enemy type character for a period of time, but it seems I didn't catch anyone getting turned on the screen that we saw. And a target shock. So after first, second, and third have passed that final item set, that shock was used to remove them of their items to give you a better chance of using speed items at the end, just like that.
Very good stuff, and we saw Bowser got into a really good position there off of that shock as well. Let's see what we're looking at here. 64 points for the first place, 76 now for Melody. Car at 82, all of at 82. We have a 2-way tie for first place right now. Melody's also in striking distance.
Exciting.
Sneak Dog and Nezuri are behind with 60 and 56.
Shout out our Bowser player, by the way. It may be our Bowser player from last year. I'm not sure due to nicknames. But the Bowser Jr. representation, I'm sure, is carrying on the legacy, right?
Indeed. Like, Bowser from last year was definitely a fan favorite to win in that top cut, as we saw in chat. But Bowser Jr. having a pretty strong presence in this finals as well.
Maybe he's got swag.
No, definitely.
Any lightweight character that you can pick up is pretty good as of right now, like I said, because you can take turns a lot sharper. It looks like we are going to Wario Shipyard. Now, the European fans may know this under a different name, but here with our localization, it's Wario Shipyard.
3 races left.
There are some exciting cuts you can take here, bouncing off of palm trees, and you're going to see a lot of water driving as well, which is exciting because even though it may not be as fun to race to some, it is a hidden stat. Get this, not every stat that you see on the character and vehicle selection screen is all there is to the story. Some are a little better on water, some are a little better on pavement, some are a little better on dirt. And here we're seeing a lot of people take that shortcut.
Ooh.
Nice, we bounce off the palm tree. That's what we want to see. Hopefully we see a bunch of players do that. It's a great shortcut. But one of the other hidden stats is invincibility. That's how long you're invincible after you're hit by an item. Another hidden stat is mini turbo, which is how powerful your mini turbo is. That one's important. Stuff like that. And there's a cut right here at the end, that ramp right there.
You're seeing people take.
That can make or break a third lap. So to continue speaking about the water, by the time that you land in the water, you duck under it a little bit. And when you duck under it a little bit, you can come back up and trick again. And especially if the water is choppy, then you can repeatedly land tricks on the waves as well. Oh, just barely missed it, but some other players got it. We see them bouncing around all those palm trees, sticking to the left, using speed items to cut through that sand.
This track definitely is giving people a lot of different ways to maneuver here. Like that water makes so much of a difference comparatively that we've seen on other tracks. Being able to navigate that water properly is definitely make or break here.
Yeah, I think that was a defensive super horn to keep the double item box safe, or maybe I'm attributing more to it. Maybe there were people nearby and you had to hit them. Sometimes that's how it is.
We do see familiar faces within this top 6 right now.
Nice.
People not far behind either.
Exciting stuff. Love to see it. All these wall rides are the result of lots of practice so that we get to see it in tournament play. Some of them aren't viable in tournament, and we're going for a safer line here at the end, trying to
see Melody pop are in first place right now to try to get ahead.
And in first place by quite a bit. As long as it's possible to lock down. And there's a target shock right at the end. Good timing, and with speed items to boot, but it might not be enough to catch up to our Toadette.
They're coming right behind the Bitty Bug, but Toadette finishes. Wait, did she fall off? She fell off.
So it is possible to fall off and still get the finish line there, so we'll have to see. Yes, it looked like she got the crown.
Okay. Okay,
so
that's
actually a little bit of a Steez move, is at the ending ramp, is you can ride the wall at the end instead of landing back on the track and trick back off and still get the ending.
That's
fun
cool
stuff.
See, it looks like Melody, I believe, is in first place right now going into this finals, going into the last 2 races of the game. If they can get a decent top 3 placement on this next course, they might have it wrapped up.
That's true, and remember, as much as everyone wants to win, there are going to be 3 podium slots that are all going to get a little bit of swag, courtesy of FWA Gaming. And y'all are still going to cheer for them, right? Thank you.
Yeah, shout outs to everybody watching here in the ballroom and everybody watching at home. We appreciate all of you as we get in these last 2 races
Rainbow Road.
to our first ever Mario Kart World Tournament. You can't have a Mario Kart World Tournament without Rainbow Road.
No, you always got to make someone mad by picking Rainbow Road. That's the classic. It's a perfect end game track. This is a great penultimate choice. This is also a long one. Look at that mini map on the side.
Is this one of the section ones, correct?
Yep, this is going to be one big long lap. That's broken up into a few pieces. And there are some exciting shortcuts here too. It was a little tough to find them for this track because it is so long and straight. Especially at the end, there is a humongous one that is really, really hard. So I'd be surprised if anyone goes for it, but I'll be keeping an eye out just in case.
Indeed, definitely something to keep in mind, but as we see here, we have a pretty good position. Most of our racers are all neck and neck right now. No one's really like breaking away from the pack, but we will see that probably as we move into the second section and more items come online.
Yep, definitely. And of course, the game is decided at the end. It's about who crosses the finish line first, not who is in first the longest. So you may also notice that the track on Rainbow Road has a bunch of speed boosts on it, which keeps people at a pretty consistent pace. There's one of the shortcuts, so close.
I think
with just a little more height, and you see the vision, right, guys? That's the kind of thing that we're looking for.
Yeah, almost
for
had
being
that
inventive on Rainbow Road.
it would have put Nezuri in a great position there going into this second section.
We'll call it bagging, right? We're getting some good items.
Yeah, I mean, we have some pretty good items on deck right now. Don't want to reveal them to the other players. But
Mega and a Star is pretty great.
Wait, so I guess we'll reveal them anyways. But definitely going to be able to use that position and those items to be able to try to make or break here as this Mega Mushroom is coming into play here. Can get that little extra speed boost. Going for the single box, dodging that, but getting hit by a shell in return as we pump this star up. Having a mushroom in tow as we get ready for this third section.
If Nezuri doesn't win this race, they can personally blame me if they want to.
Leaking all the information.
It's a free pass. Okay, and
a
good target shock, so that gets people on.
If that was any other Mario Kart game, they would have all fell off.
Yeah, they're a lot nicer about the shock here in Mario Kart World. It takes a lot less time. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you can be small for upwards of 10 seconds, and in this game, it's usually
very
under 7. It's very nice. It's a lot better to all the people that hated it from before.
Indeed, and as we see here, Nezuri being able to make up a little bit of that ground like we were talking about, has a pretty decent position going in here. It looks like they're trying to cut around, get another item box. As we look at the mini-map, I can't really tell, but it looks like Toad is in first place.
It's a very crowded area. It looks like people, like you said, are keeping very close with one another. There aren't too many
Speaking of being
massive
close, this
mistakes.
Boomerang could come in
that's
clutch
going
here.
Crazy right
and
now.
And Kamek online right now.
See that changing a lot of people into the coin coffer, which is a very silly addition.
Very silly addition.
And the other thing that the Kamek does is it will place an obstacle in front of the first place player, which is what those chain chomps rolling around were. All right, we are getting near the end of this long, winding Rainbow Road track, and we are approaching the exciting territory where people can start really bouncing around and flying way off the track if they want to. It depends on how safe you are. You don't want to chance it if you're not in a precarious position, or maybe you really want to lock down first and show us how awesome you are at the FWA Mario Kart World Tournament 2026.
So it looks right now, if I believe correctly, I believe Olive is in first place right now. Toad, Car, and Toadette for Melody are behind.
Seeing people keep it safe. It doesn't seem too tournament friendly. I can't blame the players at all. There are a good few patches of, like star dirt on the way as well for cutting through that we're seeing.
Good mushroom
some
here.
Speed items saved for
Red shell
a
coming
well-timed red shell. We'll see if that makes the
Melody
difference.
gets
That
knocked
might
off
have been.
of the map.
All right, locking down third. The Toadette remained in second place.
Oh, so Toadette crossed the finish line off of that red shell?
Yeah, it looks like it. Couldn't see it on the screen, but looks like that's
it
what
looked
happened.
like she just went down.
All right, going into the final race, we have Olive in first place, Melody in second, Car in third. Will someone else infiltrate the podium, or are we looking at him already? That's what we're looking to see on the last crucial course. I'm excited to see what people select, what they think is going to be their game-changing home turf.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Course selection here in this last one could be really important here, especially picking like the course that you're best at.
Yeah.
If you can get that course going to this last race, it could make or break this entire tournament. So as we saw too.
Oh, that's a fun choice. I hope we get great question block ruins. Because you know I love a good ending shortcut. Congrats on the Peach Medallion, by the way.
3 people picked my favorite course, Airship Fortress. But
nice. We're going to see it. We're going to see some shortcut attempts. I guarantee it. I've been promising it a few times, but this one's pretty tournament friendly. I would love to see if some people take it at the end. To explain it, there are a few rings that surround the ending course of Great Question Block Ruins, and those rings are trickable. So if you jump off at just the right time, you can hit it, gain some more air, and keep it really tight right at the end of the lap. That's what makes this course so fun for me.
Indeed, and it also looks like this might just be a 3-person race here going into this final run. It looks like we had a point total of 104, 98, and 95. The next closest, I believe, was at 68. Around that. I could be mistaken there. but from what I saw, it looks like there's going to be those three fighting for first place here. But you never know. Somebody could come up.
Oh, we're seeing it. Here it is. This is what we're looking at. These are the rings you can trick on. You jump off this wall, and you land right back on the course. That's what you want to see. Just in time for a blue shell, but at least it got you in first for a second. That's what can happen. Picture it in a lap 3 situation. It can be clutch and exciting. That's what we're looking out for.
Yeah, and as we're going here into the second lap, if they can manage to do that every single time, that's going to put them in a really good position going into that last stretch on this track.
We're also seeing lots and lots of rail rides. We're going to see hopping just to the left. That takes the tightest line. That's optimal. And then here in this next section, there's lots of different places you can go. There are countless ways that you can take this section right here, either to set yourself up for that shortcut, to try and avoid, a target shock so people can't take that shortcut. Very smart, well-timed. But there are lots of different ways you can approach this course and lots of different outcomes depending on your objective, and that makes it really exciting. Seeing a speed item going through the final patch of grass as well. We are heading into lap 3 on the last course of the tournament. This could decide things. It's getting exciting.
Alrighty, let's give it up for our racers going to the final lap. Who's ready to see what's going to happen? Let's hear it for our final lap, guys. Come on. Right now, it looks like it's a fight between Melody and
Carr.
And
right
Olive is not far behind. Missouri is also close behind as well, but it looks like it's between Melody and Carr right now, pulling away.
Looks like they went for the shortcut, but there might have been a Kamek item that changed them into a Piranha Plant. Yes, here are the Piranha Plant obstacles.
Oh, another hit there, too.
Another brutal hit right at the end, but we're seeing people zooming by with their speed items that they saved until the ending. Let's see who this blue shell hits. It won't target first. They already crossed the finish line.
Melody.
They crossed as well. That's it. We have our winner of the final race in Pipa, which is Carr. Now let's see how the points shake out. Let's see our top 3 with a 1-point difference.
But Olive still
for second and third.
Oh my gosh. Olive maintaining a good position on that and becoming your FWA champion.
That's a 3-point difference into a 1-point difference on our top 3, our very skilled top 3. Give it up for all 11 of our racers. They did a great, great job.
Yeah, even then, if you see, too, like, the point totals being so close within the rest of that, too, 77, 74, 73, 69. And then even then after that, like, it was still just within, like, very small measurements of each other to be able to get in that point differential.
And thank you so much for the perspective that we've been watching the whole time. Nezarui, we appreciate you. Thank you for giving us something fun to watch. And thank you again to all of our racers for participating, being here, enjoying FWA, and playing great, exciting races. Just the kind of races that I wanted to see personally as a commentator.
Indeed. It's definitely always exciting to see Mario Kart back here at FWA. And we appreciate everybody that's once again here in the arena, watching at home.
Yes, thank you for showing up and watching.
All the competitors.
Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting.
Okay.
Appreciate everyone at home as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate your time. This is the kind of exciting stuff that we get to do at FWA. We are hoping to keep Mario Kart Tournament alive and well. We've been doing it for a while. Last year was 8 Deluxe. This year was World. And now we are going on to the award ceremony.
Got you. So we're just going to be waiting for our top 3 to be joining us shortly. But once again, thanks to everybody who participated in this, making this Mario Kart 8, or not Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart World Tournament what it is. And we appreciate once again everybody watching and the FWA gaming staff for allowing us to be able to put this on.
So much work goes into putting something like this on, and it's all worth it thanks to the support of people like you. Thank you so much for pulling up. Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
It's us again. Did you miss us?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But
yeah.
We're going to be holding our awards ceremony. We're going to be giving out our bits of prizes to our podium, and we get to cheer one last big, exciting time for the people who made it so entertaining and who did such a great job.
Yes. Shoutouts once again to them. I believe we're about to have them here shortly. But I'd say that's a pretty good tournament for Mario Kart World for the first outing here at FWA. What do you guys think? Y'all enjoyed
Pretty
yourself?
good. You like Mario Kart World? Love to hear it. Appreciate it. So we are organizing right now, getting people where they need to be, making sure they're going to get their rewards, just making sure. Perfect. Yes, just making sure.
Alrighty.
So again, congratulations. It was Olive, I believe. It was Car. It was Melody.
Melody, yeah.
We're going to see them soon and be able to congratulate them for their good work.
Yeah, and we're going to have their prizes and pricing for them as well as we get ready here for our presentation of our top 3. I'm excited. I mean, this was...
It's going to feel good to hand someone physically
know,
something,
right?
say congratulations. You know, I make sure to go and fist bump people in last year's. Like, good job.
Are you qualified?
Am I qualified?
Are you qualified? Because I'm not qualified.
To hand someone?
I didn't go to presentation school, so.
We've been doing it this long, at least. I mean, we were here last year as well. I would love to be back here again.
Yeah,
but
no. Last year
maybe
was
next
great.
time I'll have gone to presentation school, and then maybe I'll be doing an even better job. Who knows? But it will be exciting to be able to hand someone something and say, good job. I believe there are medals as well. Something that you can take home and say, you know, bragging rights, right? Look, friends, I won the FWA Mario Kart Tournament. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I've participated before, and I haven't won myself, so it's a high honor. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing the medals now.
They're getting handed the goods right now.
Oh, yeah, check this out. So there's our bronze, exciting. Here's our silver. I guess I'll give this one.
Okay.
And our gold, perfect.
Cool. Awesome, awesome.
We can award that together.
Cool. Alrighty, well, if our players are ready,
we are ready to award third place first, correct? Someone give me a thumbs up. That's what we want to see. Thumbs up for third place.
Third place?
Welcome.
Awesome.
Come on in.
Cool.
Give it up
for Car.
Congratulations, Car. Third place, Mario Kart World Tournament, FWA 2026. You're holding our bronze medal. Congratulations.
Give it up for Car, everybody.
Give
Third
it up.
place.
Love to see it. Congrats. Anything that you want to say into my mic? You can say no. And you did. Perfect. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Great work. Love seeing you every year. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
Of course. Do we have our second place player ready to go?
Cool.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Nice to see you again. Congratulations. You are all good. Appreciate you. Congratulations on your second place in the Mario Kart World Tournament, FWA 2026. Wear it with pride. Great work. Thumbs up for the camera. Fantastic performance. It was close, too.
Yeah. One
Sincerely
point
close.
separating Melody and Car. Yeah. That's stressful.
All 3 of us in this big breakaway.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say into my microphone? You can also say no.
Sure.
What you got?
So I just want to say, last year I ran into Mail Pup at the Artist Alley, and they gave me this sticker. And you know what? Since I'm a big fan of their music, I'm going to say that the power of this sticker helped me get second place.
Nice.
So thanks, Mail Pup.
Love to see it. Thank you so much for playing again. Love to see you.
Awesome. Congrats. Thank you again.
Perfect, perfect. And our gold, our first place, Olive, come on in. Congratulations. You can stand right here. Let's award it together for winning the Mario Kart World Tournament 2026 for FWA. Give it up. Perfect.
Cool.
Anything that you want to say?
Wah.
A Waluigi player.
That was a
in spirit.
wah. That was a wah for those who didn't get it.
Awesome.
Perfect. So I think that's all of our time for Mario Kart World. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for celebrating with us. And we hope to see you again next year because it's my favorite game. And I hope it's some more people's favorite game after seeing some exciting gameplay like that. Thank you all for being here. We have more tournaments coming up soon.
Yes,
Thank
we
you
do.
so much for your time. Again, I'm Silver.
I'm Sundae.
And hope you have a great FWA 2026. Thank you so much for being here, y'all.
Get ready. Up next, we're going to have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Exciting. See y'all soon.